Hi there, my name's Eric Wordweaver Sjerven, Gothi of the Ridgar folk. This is the Raven's Call, and I'd like to welcome you to the channel. Normally this is a show where I ramble on about different heathen-related subjects that strike my fancy. Today's is a little bit different. This episode is going to be a shout out to some people that I think need to hear a little something. Okay? And I'm going to start with an excerpt from the Havamal. This is the Liam Hollander translation, Poetic Edda. It's available through the University of Texas Press. Stanza 95. One's self only knows what is near one's heart. Each reads but himself aright. No sickness seems to sound mind worse than to have lost all liking for life. This is a stanza that hits home. This is a stanza I think about a lot. Because I work in the field of psychology, and I have dealt a lot in my life looking at how heathenry relates to psychology. And I get that the world of psychology, the world of therapy today doesn't necessarily get it. Okay? So this is my shout out to you guys out there that are struggling, that are having a hard time. I have a metaphor. This metaphor is called spending time on the tree. Now, as Odin hung on Yggdrasil for 9 long nights, sacrificed himself to himself, pierced by his own spear, taking no meat, taking no mead, all to take up the runes from the roots of Yggdrasil. Odin endured pain. Odin endured suffering, all so that he could learn the secrets of life. The runes represent those mysteries in life, the magical, mystical forces, the wisdom, the depths of knowledge that we can't understand yet, that seem magical to us. Things that can only be learned by doing this. Taking up the runes could be done no other way. He had to sacrifice himself. He had to go through this in order to learn what he needed to on the other side. So this is my shout out to you guys that are spending time on the tree. To you that are dealing with depression, that are dealing with post-traumatic stress disorder, that are dealing with any number of psychological situations, emotional situations, or you're just down in your luck and having a hard time. Endure. Spend your time on the tree. But hold on. Don't let go. Don't give up. Because whatever you need to learn, you will learn on the other side of this. You can do it. Stand strong. Endure. Now, I'm not going to pretend it's that easy, guys. I get it. All right, I've been there. I've spent my time on the tree. I'm not going to blast that out here on YouTube for everybody to see, but I'm sure some of you understand why, especially those that are dealing with it. You wouldn't necessarily want to put all your stuff on YouTube either. But I've been there. I've dealt with it. And it is rough. There are those days where your soul bleeds, where your very soul hurts. And you feel it with every step. You know, the ache in the body, the ache in the mind, the ache in the soul. There's a deep hatred that runs, and you're not sure if it's for the outside world or if it's for the inside world yourself. You know, you go some dark places. And to a certain extent, you kind of have to. There's another stanza from the Havamal. You'll notice on my walls back here, all these little stanzas from the Havamal. I like them for quick reference. Number 55, middling wise every man should be. Beware of being too wise, for happy seldom is a man's heart if too great the wisdom he won. You know, when you go through these things, when you spend the time on the tree, and you learn the things that you need to learn about the world, it is hard to be happy on the other side sometimes. And it's hard to hang on to that. But I'm going to clue you in on something that worked for me. Okay? And I was in some low spots. The one thing that worked best for me, because I did therapy. Therapy didn't work. Therapists didn't get the heathen mentality. Do not take that as a don't go to therapy. If you've got problems going on, if you've got an opportunity to talk to somebody, try it. My own one personal experience with that one personal therapist did not reflect the rest of therapy. Okay, there are some good therapists out there who will listen and who will learn about heathenry to try and better understand you and help you. Okay, they're good ones when you can find them. So give it a try. But to those that have tried, I get it. I've been there. It's tough. The one thing that did work for me, above all else, and this is something that our ancestors would did too, is finally turning to my Inengard. Finally turning to my tribe and saying, guys, look, this is what I'm dealing with. And feeling the love and support that is born from Frith. To see the benefit of the Githrain that I have built. To know how strong my tribe was. To stand there by me and go, man, we got your back. It's all right. You take the time you need. You go through what you need to. We will support you. And when time's ready, you'll be fine. We get it. We've been there too. Because they've dealt with it too. Now, everybody's story is different. Everything that everybody goes through, everybody's pain is different. I'm not going to say that everybody knows exactly what you're going through, but they do understand pain. They do understand what it's like to go through some of these things. And those that don't care enough about you to learn. And I'm talking about your Inengard. I'm not talking about acquaintances. I'm not talking about friends. And I'm sure not talking about Trollhen, the internet. Stay off of it. That is not the place to go if you are depressed. There are people on there you can reach out to that will help out and support. But the internet is a realm of anonymity. And trolls say some vile, hurtful things that they don't need to be saying, and they would never, ever say if they were face to face with you. Because they get a rise out of causing issues, causing chaos. You know? And in the same, even people you love and cherish, your Inengard, when you read what they say and you are in a depressed state of mind, you are going to read negativity into the connotation of the text you are reading. It is normal. That is how the brain functions. For anybody that doesn't understand, the depressed brain, the clinically depressed brain, does not function the same way a healthy brain does. That's why people who are or have never experienced depression, who don't understand depression, don't get the fact that it's not as simple as get over it. It's not as simple as think a happy thought and then you can fly like Peter Pan. It's not like that. It's an enduring thing. Something's off kilter in there. There's some chemical things going on with serotonin levels, dopamine levels. That's why they will sometimes use an SSRI, a serotonin-specific reuptake inhibitor, to kind of fix the serotonin levels in the brain. That's not always a given because there are underlying issues. There's a difference between chemical depression and situational depression. That's not the point. The point is, if you are going through depression, I don't care if it's situational, I don't care if it's clinical, I don't care if it's postpartum, I don't care if it's born from PTSD. What I do care about is that you guys know you can reach out there to your Inengard. You can talk to your Inengard and seek that support. And let me tell you, if they do not step up, if they do not do what they shouldn't be there for you, then they're not the Inengard for you in the first place. These are the times you test those bonds. This is the time that Frith shows itself, because when you are in need and you need help, if you turn to your friends and they turn their backs, they're not the ones. So that means you need to look around and see who it is you're overlooking that is the one, that is there, that is going to answer. Because there's going to be somebody there. We naturally build those bonds around us. There's going to be someone who cares. There always is. You just may not see it. And don't put words in people's mouths. I know we do it. Do not just assume that they're going to shun you, that they're going to be embarrassed by you, or they're going to be angry with you. Don't just assume that they're not going to understand. Give them a shot. They deserve it. These are the people that love you, that cherish you, and have been there for you. You have been there for them. They deserve a shot. They deserve the chance. The only thing that they're going to be pissed about later on is if they find out you've been dealing with this all the time and you never gave them a chance to help you. Because I guarantee you they want to. So reach out. Talk to your Inengard. Talk to people that can help you. Nobody needs to suffer this alone. Heathenry is about community. It's about folk. So reach out. You guys are going to be okay. Look to your inner guard. Look to your tribes. Look to your kindreds. If you don't have a tribe or a kindred that's official, you still have an inner guard. Look to those that are nearest and dearest to you. Sometimes it's family. Sometimes it's friends. And these may be friends that you have been pushing away because of what's going on. Try and pull them back in. Just reach out and say, hey, because I bet you will find they are not as far gone as you think they are, not the true ones. But don't fool yourself. Look to the true ones. Don't cling to the false friends. Don't cling to the guys that are just there to party, who are only interested in you for what you can bring to the table, or who like to make fun of you on a regular basis as opposed to actually learning about you and being your friend. Look to real Inengar. Look to those that you have frith with. If you need to understand frith better, go back and watch my other video on frith versus grith, and I'll explain it. But look to meaningful, true relationships. Turn to these people and trust them. I would have saved myself a ton of heartache and years of pain if I had opened up to my Inengard a lot earlier. So don't follow my mistake. Learn from it. Turn to your Inengard. Turn to your tribe. Turn to your kindred. Reach out. It's going to be okay. Look to your friends. Look to your tribes. Look to your kindreds. Look to your Inengar and see if you're missing somebody. If there's somebody out there that you've overlooked. Extend that hand. Get them to open up. Let them know they're not alone. Let them know you know what it feels like too. Because you do, don't you? Reach out. Guys, this is where I put the stinger in and stuff. For like, comment, all that stuff. You know what to do.